Come along this week to a behind the scenes episode filmed at our home and workplace in the sleepy Bega Valley. Jess will introduce you to his work and workshop, where we'll be based a little while, saving up to replenish the cruising kitty. Meow. Welcome back to All the Stars Sailing Adventures.
Join us, Rachel and Jess, on our Cavalier 37, All the Stars, as we live and learn about life on the water. And don't forget to subscribe. Why am I standing in a workshop, you might ask? Well, let me tell you, before I started sailing, this is how I made a living. I haven't always been a joiner, but I've always been around timber, and it's sort of always been in my blood. So I've been running my own woodworking business more or less for the last 10 years. So this is my setup, and I'm going to be showing you all of my workshop space. I actually make high quality double glazed windows. I occasionally do other little one-off projects. Yeah, the machinery that I have set up and the cutters I have set up are designed to produce the double glazed timber tilt and turn windows and door systems and sliding doors. So I will be running you through actually making a window from start to finish, and that'll be a good way of explaining how it works. And this is what I'm going to be doing for the next 12 months to save a few dollars up to continue sailing adventures out into the Pacific. Without further ado, let me show you through the workshop. This is my saw spindle moulder combination machine, which has a large sliding table. Enables me to handle big panels if I'm doing panel work, which I don't do very often. Well, most of the time I'm using it as a rip machine, so I've got a big coarse blade on it for ripping up hardwood timber, whole sections to make up windows. Over here I have a large spindle moulder, which is an old machine, but it can handle very large tooling. At the moment I've got the smallest cutter head that I have on it, and this is a power feeder, so this machine actually, you look down there, there's wheels, and it feeds the work through the cutter so that I don't have to have my fingers in the way, which is great. And this is a sliding table for doing cross-cutting and profiling on the end profiles of my window sections, which I'll show you later. This here is a combination machine thicknesser planer, so that I can thickness timber from one thickness down to another thickness. Goes in one end a certain thickness, comes out the other end a different thickness. When I turn it back over to a planer, you'll see that it acts as a surfacer, so that I can straighten the surface of an uneven surface on a bit of timber, and we make two edges straight, and then we can thickness down perfectly square to the right thickness. And these are our timber sections. This is a softwood timber section, just as an example, with laminated sections of timber to make the correct thickness, and then we put it through this window tooling, which is what we're looking at over here. So these large window cutters in the background, the very large ones here, the 300mm tooling, that's for cutting my end profiles on bits of window frame, and the smaller cutters there, and there's quite a few of them, they actually make the shape of the window grooves and the glass rebate and door parts, window parts, sliding parts, etc. When I run that tooling on that big spindle moulder, we end up bringing out a section of timber that has the right grooves in it to become a window. So it allows me to fit the hardware and the glass into those grooves. And when they're spinning on that machine at 3000 RPM or 6000 RPM, depending how big they are, they can do a lot of damage to a bit of timber, and hopefully not my fingers. You see above all these machines I have a large extraction pipe system which pumps or sucks air away from the machines and all the dust and chip, takes it outside, puts it into a large dust bag which I empty out into a pile, and then generally people come and take that sawdust product away for their gardens. Alright, so now we are in the gluing room. This is where I have my large press. It's a hydraulic operated press, and it allows me to glue up large projects. So in this example we're gluing up some timber lamels for an entry door we're building for a friend, and it can be expanded obviously to glue up large window frames once they are assembled, and we also use it occasionally to glue up tabletops and laminated timber sections such as that. It's just perfect. I can laminate really clean, lots of even compression, and everything ends up flat and square. That's the main advantage. So what we have in here at the moment is some Victorian ash lamelles, which was what we're going to be making an entrance door for my friend Erin and Lily for their new house build. And there we're going to make them a very special entry door, which is solid timber, but it's going to have a veneer panel in the front with a V groove in it to make it look really trendy. And the inside of the door is going to have some ash paneling in a herringbone pattern, which is going to take a bit of thought to make that up. The window, or the door frame, and the door sash parts are the standard Euro sash parts that I normally build in. So you'll be following us through this project on how we actually make the door, but there is our timber lamelles. I'm going to give you a quick look at that right now. So there are 2 sections glued together to make that one lamelle, and there's maybe half a dozen ash sections there. They're nice and dry now, so I'm going to be taking these out of the press and machining them up so they're perfectly square. So we release the tension here. Most of it's already let go. And those hydraulic rams just releasing. So there you have it, a brief introduction into the work I do and my workshop. Next week, you'll meet Hawken.
All good.
All good? As we progress through the making of a door. And Rachel makes a showing too. Really?
Yeah.
A lot more?
Yeah. Travel so well together. I just get so nervous.
Please subscribe and give us a like, as it really helps us get our channel out there. And check out our Patreon page in description below.
Big and little.
Pretty chubby.
Hey!
Billy.
I know. It's just who she is. She's just big bone.
Big bone.
Wow.